Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing a Tina from GLEE inspired look today on my sister. What's her name?
Tina.
That's actually her real name. So it's pretty funny because I feel like they're kind of similar in a way. And every episode I'm always checking out Tina Cohen Chang's makeup because it's always like really bright and bold and fun. So I did a really bright like neon, look on my sister today. If you saw the promo ad that we had for this tutorial, I know it's pretty cheesy, but it was a lot of fun putting it together. We'll explain to you like how we put the outfit together. So what did we use?
We used some fishnets my sister had.
Yeah, we used these stockings. I actually had these stockings from the Medusa tutorial, and I was just thinking like, okay, we don't have any fishnet gloves to complete the look, and we really need them. And then I just remembered that I had them, so I cut them up and made it work. So it was perfect.
Then we used a necklace and a jacket like in the picture.
Yeah, so it worked out really well. Of course we had to have her signature like blue streaks, so I went out and bought this like temporary spray. It was like a few dollars, and so she has some blue streaks in her hair. It doesn't come out that bright, but it actually looks pretty nice. The only thing is that it kind of has like a really like rough look to it. It's not shiny at all. But that's about it. I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, so stay tuned. We are going to start off by applying a light to medium coverage foundation. Tina doesn't need a lot of coverage, but we do want to even the skin tone out just a little bit. We want to make sure we blend really well, and to make sure everything does blend in seamlessly, I'm just using a sponge here and patting it against the skin. Now we are going to apply liquid concealer underneath the eyes and on any spots or blemishes that need extra concealing. I'm just going to use that foundation brush and just pat it in. You don't want to swipe or else it's not going to cover very well. And then of course you want to blend underneath the eyes, just gently dab, dab, dab. I'm going to grab the sponge and also use that and further blend it in. As you can see, it really brightened up the eyes and took away the redness, so make sure to blend all the way up to the lash line. Now we want to bring some color and dimension back into the face, so I'm applying a bronze cream stick right around the cheekbone area and in the temple area and just blending that out with the sponge that we were using earlier. As you can tell, the sponge is very multi-purpose. It's great for working on others, and you could also use it on yourself, of course. And then I'm going to lightly dust everything with powder. Now I'm going to apply an eye primer. This helps the makeup stay on longer and doesn't crease as quickly throughout the day, so just blend that out and smooth it out. I'm also going to apply a cream shadow all across the lid, and make sure you smooth that out as well. And now using a stiff flat shader brush, I'm going to pat that hot pink shadow all across the lid. You want to make sure you pat, pat, pat so that you don't get a strange blotchy application. Since this is a warmer tone pink, I wanted to balance it out with a cooler tone pink. I'm actually using a cooler toned pink blush here and just dabbing it across the lid and then blending it up because I want a nice smooth transition upwards. And to further that transition, I'm also going to go back with the other brush and just further blend upwards so that there are no harsh or noticeable lines. And you can always use a Q-tip to just clean up any edges. You're bound to get fallout with such an intense color like this. Now I'm going to apply gel liner to the upper lash line. And I tend to like to use a really dark black. I find that it contrasts really nicely with a hot pink like this. So make sure you get really close to the lash line. Apply it thinner into the inner corner and then thicker on the outer. And then just using a pencil liner, I am applying to the waterline and smudging that out with a Q-tip. Now you want to curl the lashes and then apply mascara to the top and bottom lashes. And then using a powder just a few shades darker, I'm just going to apply even more color back to her face. And then that blush from earlier that we used on the eyes, we're going to apply that very, very subtly. Tap it off, even dust some on your hands if you're afraid it'll be too intense. wanted to keep the lips more understated since the eyes are pretty bold, so I decided to do a pinky nude on the lips. I decided to give a tint to the brows because it helps frame the face a little bit better, but I kept it very soft and undefined because this helps maintain a more youthful appearance. And for the last finishing touches, I'm just applying some highlight onto the brow bone and also on the inner corner of the eyes. And here's the completed look. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Say bye! Bye everyone! GLEE! Are you a fan of the show? I want to know who your favorites are. And guess what? I've started blogging. Please check out my new blog at www.imxteeener.com.